right. How we doing? First talk. I really think Drew's out to get me this year. Well, last year too. Last year I did a health talk, and it was right before lunch. And he was talking about earlier, it was like barbecue stuff, like meats and everything, and I'm sitting there talking about smoothies and, eating healthy. And, this year he's making me go first, so I don't know what it is, Drew, but. Yeah, I know. So hopefully you didn't eat a bad breakfast, because you're about to feel pretty guilty. No, I'm just kidding. So my name is Dann Petty. You can follow me anywhere on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Dan with 2 N's. Don't spell it with 1 N. I'm a freelance professional surfer. Sounds cooler than what it actually is. It means that I get to do things like work on Medium.com, which is a new site that just launched recently. I was working on that over at Obvious Corp with Evan Williams and Pistone and Tian and Lax and those guys. I was freelancing over there for about 3 months, and then I went full-time for about 4 months until the site launched, and then went back freelance. Also means I get to do cool stuff like work for really cool brands like Nixon.com. This is a site I redesigned almost a couple years ago now. Also, I get to do really challenging interfaces, UI challenges, like this site I did for Eventim. It's basically like the Ticketmaster in Germany. So it's a really popular site over there, and it was just a really good challenge. So I get to work with people all over the world, which is really fun. Also get to work with cool companies like Airbnb. This is a one-off site I just did recently for them, a little marketing site. I get to do my own kind of concepts, like this one I did for Yahoo. Right when they launched their new design, I decided to give it another shot and did my own little version of it. Put it on Medium, wrote a little article about it, and I gave away the PSD for free. So I get to do pretty fun stuff like that. It's kind of hard to do stuff like that when you're working at a business. But also get to work on really cool iPhone projects like this one called Karma, which rewards you for driving good. So the better you drive, you get cool rewards like free Uber rides and free gas and stuff like that. This is an app that's coming out really soon. I get to work on cool iPad projects, like this one for 1-800-CONTACTS. It's an iPad app that you hold in front of you, kind of move it around, it takes a picture of your whole face, and you could see actual sunglasses or eyeglasses on your face with just kind of flipping through, and it actually puts them on there. It's not 3D or anything, or like 3D effects. It's actual, the real glasses are on your face. It's pretty crazy. The guy just did a TED talk about it recently. Also get to change your flying experience. This is a mobile web project I did. It's on an iPad right now on Southwest Airlines. So now on Southwest Airlines, and when you open up your browser, instead of having just, all you get is 2 input fields to log in or whatever to get free Wi-Fi, Keystone. Now you can view like a magazine about your destination. So it gives you tips about where you're going, things to do, and it changes constantly. There's always these different interviews and stuff going on. It's a really cool project. And other airlines are going to take it on too. Virgin America is going to take it next, but right now it's only on Southwest. And of course, I also get to work on my own projects. Like this one is called Hum. It's a startup I'm doing right now with a buddy of mine. I left Medium to do this, and he left Twitter to work on this project. And I'm excited to announce that we are actually a Y Combinator company. So I'm there over the summer bringing this project to life. Also, it means I get to work pretty much anywhere I want, which is really cool. This is me out on a patio. There's waves breaking out over there, doing a client call. This was me just like 3 weeks ago. My office was out at North Shore, Oahu, in front of Turtle Bay. I was just sitting here watching surfers. I'd go surf. I'd come back and do some work, take a break, go surf, come back. It's just really cool. I get to spend more time with my beautiful wife, Elisa. We're actually expecting a little daughter in a month and a half. Her name's Waimea. So excited about that. I'll get to spend a lot of time with her. Get to spend a little time with this guy. His name's Machado. He's the puppy in the middle, if you can't figure out which one's the pet. And of course, I get to surf a lot. So that's what being a freelance pro surfer means. Sounds pretty awesome, right? Cool job. Well, if anyone here has heard my talk last year, or if I've talked to you one-on-one before, you know that, yeah, it sounds cool, but it's actually really stressful, and it could go downhill pretty fast, like it did for me. There was a time about 2.5 years ago, I guess by now. I call it D-Day. It's Doomsday. It doesn't stand for Dan's Day. I wish it stand for Dan's Day. Doomsday. This was the worst day of my life. So I was just like super stressed out. I had tons of work going, and life was just crazy. I had just gotten married. I had like zero money in my bank account. So, I'm trying to support my wife, my new family. And not only that, but I'm just jam-packed with work. And I had one day to finish 5 projects at once. And they were all due by like 5 p.m. And so obviously leading up to this, I'm super stressed. Like I've been working long hours and whatnot. And this is one of the projects I was working on. It was a project for the Transformers 3 movie. And as you can see, it's a pretty complex interface. And I wasn't just doing this one screen, I was doing a whole flow of stuff. And just this one screen will rattle your brain. So it was tough. Not only that, I had to wrap this up. This was a project for Nike 6.0 called Surf Cali. They were doing like this little tour of surfing California. And I was also working on this project for WB. I was just getting one of my companies up, American Made. I was starting to, get a lot of work coming in, and I was trying to spread out the work to some other designers across the states. I was also working on this really big project for National Geographic, which was awesome. I mean, this was my biggest client. They were basically paying my salary every year, and I had them for 2 years. But this year, it was just daunting, and it was a lot of ups and downs, and it was really stressful. And that led me to a really bad experience where I thought I was dead. And I'm not even joking. Like, I was just sitting there, and then suddenly my body just went numb. And I don't know if anyone here has ever had like a severe anxiety attack or panic attack. It's no joke. It's not fun. And this was my very first one. And so my whole body goes numb. It's like 2 a.m. And I stand up freaking out, and I'm just like collapsing. My knees are buckling. And so my wife rushes me to the emergency room. We were in San Diego at the time. She rushes me over to Coronado ER. And they just start, pumping me up with all kinds of steroids or adrenaline or whatever to calm me down. And come to find out, I was having a massive anxiety attack, one that could almost have been deadly. And not only that, but a few months later, I also found out that I was having a severe gastritis attack. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it mimics a heart attack. So not only was I having an anxiety attack, but I felt like I was having a heart attack. So you could see I thought I was dying. And it was all because of my work. I was working too much. I was stressed out. I haven't surfed in like 6 months to this point, and I was just solely focused on work. And I was eating bad. I've always been a skinny guy, but I got up to 200 pounds, and that's a lot for me. I'm usually like 150, 160, and I got up to 200 pounds in a matter of 6 months. I was just super unhealthy. So I had to change a few things, right? So I started eating better. I obviously started exercising, but I started surfing again, but I started eating better. And what I started eating was these Acai Bowls. And basically it's just acai juice or smoothie packs with granola, peanut butter. You can hemp milk, almond milk, soy milk, whatever type of milk you want to put in there, bananas and peanut butter. And this was all I would eat for literally, I went a year and a half just eating this stuff. Totally changed my life. And I was also eating so for breakfast, I would do like this little coffee cup size of granola and peanut butter, maybe some little honey on it if I felt like it in the mornings. So just that and these acai bowls, all I was getting down. And then for drinks, if I wasn't drinking water, I would shoot back some Wheatgrass Shots for my energy. So I stopped drinking coffee, I stopped drinking sodas, and this was how I was getting my energy. And this diet, I started calling Dan's diet. I put a little site up, and I started telling people online about it, and which was really cool because I found out that I wasn't the only one that went through that. There's a lot of other designers, developers, whatever, that has gone through this exact same thing. And they saw the site, and they started taking the diet and turned their lives around. And they also were able to find tips and tricks of their own, and they emailed me and told me about some of that stuff, which was really cool. And I still, to this day, I haven't put a post up in like probably a year, but still to this day, I get emails every day from people all over the world just asking about the diet. I don't know if you guys heard this story a few weeks ago, but this guy Lee from Japan, he was working at Ogilvy and Mather, and for like a month, only a month, he was working till like 11 p.m. I know all of us here, at least half of us here, work till like 2 a.m. every day for more than a month. I mean, we're all kind of entrepreneurs here, so it's kind of a normal thing. This guy only did it for a month, but he was working in advertising. That's just crazy stressful. I used to work in advertising, so I know the feeling. But he collapsed at his desk and died. He had a heart attack. 24 years old. This stuff can happen to anyone. I mean, it's a real problem, and it's very sad. I mean, after I heard the story, I started Googling more people that have died, and there's a lot of people that have died from work exhaustion. I mean, it's a serious, serious problem. So we got to fix that. So, which brings me to my topic for today, which is healthy mind. And I put a hashtag in front of this because I want you guys to go back home, and anytime you feel like you're in a healthy state and you take 10 minutes off of work, or you decide to not eat the barbecue sandwich and you go for a smoothie instead for lunch, let people know. Remind everybody else that, hey, I'm having a healthy mind right now. And that when people see that in your stream, it'll remind them, and they'll do it too. I mean, we all need reminders. I need a reminder all the time. So that's something that could help. So the topic is healthy mind. What does that mean? A healthy mind is a state of solitude in the mind that allows you to be more aware of your health. Let me say that again. A healthy mind is a state of solitude in the mind that allows you to be more aware of your health. And by solitude, I mean the only thing you're thinking about is your health. So it's a lonely thought about your health. Now, if I could ask my volunteers to come out. I have two people that are going to help me out here. Thank you, guys. Where should they stand? Where's a good spot? Right there, yeah. Let's just do it right there. So, Green Man is Mr. Healthy. And this, what was it? Pickles. No, this is Pickles. Thomas. Okay, these are Drew's brothers. Thomas, healthy. Yeah. Pickles is Mr. Unhealthy. So I'm going to do like a little demonstration. I'm going to draw little things on these guys, and we're going to compare healthy and unhealthy. See what it looks like. So how to healthy mind. First step, you got to be free. You got to free yourself. What that means, freeing your mind of racing thoughts and anxieties, right? Definitely not an easy thing to do. Probably one of the hardest things in the world to do. Freeing your mind of racing thoughts and anxieties. And as us, designers, developers, creatives, entrepreneurs, this is just a massive challenge, and I have to deal with it every day. So what does Mr. Healthy do? He suffers from all these anxieties and worries. He's held hostage by his thoughts. He's full of anger and frustration, and he's obviously overworked, especially his mind. His mind's just nuts right now. Let me just show you what his brain looks like. Let me bar your head for a minute. All right. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's not good back there. Brain, right? This is him. Crazy thoughts. Just going mad. Got some little short thoughts cruising around through here. The jolts of whatever, His mind's crazy. All right. So is his attitude. All right, let's check out Mr. Green Man, Mr. Healthy. He knows how to rest his mind. He's either taking breaks, he's meditating, he's focusing on his breathing. If he gets just overworked and just has too much stuff to do, he just takes a step back, looks at it all on an overview, and just creates a plan of attack. That's like the ultimate key right there. Well, first calming down, taking some breaths, but create a plan of attack, right? It's not that hard to do. And once you put stuff down on paper, it looks so much better than it does in your head, I promise. And also, he actually puts away his phone. Most of us, when we're stressed, we take a break from work, yet we're still on our phone. We just go sit on the couch and we're still on Twitter or playing games or whatever. That's not relaxing your brain. I mean, with your phone, because you're still connected to email and everything. So just break it off. Let me show you what his brain looks like. It's a little darker on this one. So his is just going really nice. Looks like a circuit board. Things are just functioning the way they should. Nice, steady thoughts. That's the way a brain should look. Shouldn't look like this guy. Look at that. Craziness. So here's a couple of things I do. First of all, I get this is my desk, and that guy is always in my lap when I'm working. So it's hard to be stressed out when this guy is with me. If I take breaks, I'm not on my phone. I'm just hanging out with him or on a hammock. This is a hammock in my patio. I'm just away from technology a little bit. I'll go for a walk. I live in San Francisco. It's a beautiful city. There's so many views. It's incredible. In most places you live, there's great views that you can go check out. So I always go walk up to the park. I'll just get away, check out San Francisco. I'm addicted to sunsets. I'll go to the beach. I love to surf at sunset, but we're not talking about surfing right now. So I just come here and I'll do some meditation. I'll just clear my mind, checking out the sunset. I'll do some reading. I might even do some writing on Medium, which is what I love to do. Again, I take this guy to the park. He loves to play on this slide. I'm sure you guys are annoyed with all these pictures on Instagram I put up of him. But he's addicted to this ball, so it totally just clears my mind. Might watch a little TV, not too much, but a little bit. Maybe play a game or two if I really need to get away. And hang out under the palm trees. I just enjoy the outdoors, Just go sit outside. It's so easy to do. Just walk out the door and immediately if you're in anywhere there was nice weather, you're immediately relaxed. Of course I surf. I don't know if I brought that up. I watch people surf. That's fun too. And I've recently started playing ukulele. And again, I like to go out at sunset and just play around. I'm terrible at it. I don't even know how to play anything, but I still do it. It's fun. So remember, you want this, not this. This is Mr. White Man right here. You also got to be active. This one's very important. You got to be active. You guys have to stop sitting at your desk. When all this bad stuff happened to me, I was not active. I was just sitting down probably 16 hours a day. And all of us know that humans are not meant to sit down. That's why the seat wasn't invented for a long time. But be active. While your body is enjoying the release of physical activity, your mind is instantly less distracted. So one of the best ways to release stress. Let's see what Mr. Whiteman's doing over here. So he's obviously making a lot of excuses, right? He doesn't have time. He's overworked. He's got too much stuff to do. Why is he going to go work out? Why is he going to go do anything? Why is he going to take a break? He doesn't even have enough energy because he's been working so hard. Of course he's not going to do anything. Let's check out his heart. Let's see what it's doing to his heart. Looks all right. Gets a little wobbly, right? It's obviously sad. We don't like sad hearts. Starting to get a little bags under his eyes. Whoa, dude. His battery level, let's give him a little battery level over here. It's getting kind of low, right? Getting kind of low, has no energy. Starting to slouch. Look at him. He's already slouching. He's done. Let's check out your back. Let's see what she's doing to your back. Because he's sitting down all day. Look at his spine. His spine is all kinds of jacked up, right? Look at that. It's got a little knot right there. Let's give him a little booty. Let's make it hairy. Check that out. All right. His knees are just, you guys probably can't see this because you're down there. His knees are just starting to get all janky. I'm going to give you some scars because you just had knee surgery. You're like 40 now and you've had knee surgery because of all this. Your hands are all kinds of jacked up. You got all the carpal tunnel and whatnot. Because you're just sitting here all day, sitting, hands up. Your headaches. He's getting all kinds of stress headaches. It's just not good for him. I feel bad for him. Mr. Green Man over here. Okay, he's still silent. He knows what to do. He knows that he needs to get away from his desk. He knows that the most important thing to do is take a break. It's to stop sitting. Definitely to stop sitting. I was hoping someone would stand up after I said that. No one did. Sorry. Start a physical hobby. Tennis, golf, play basketball, go run, go rock climbing. Anything you can think of that's physical and doesn't involve sitting. Well, I guess you could be like a NASCAR driver because that does a lot of energy when you're sitting. But anything that would give you more energy and ease your stress, because that's what we're trying to do here, right? Trying to ease the stress. So obviously, this guy has a happy heart, right? That's what we want. We want a happy heart. He's wide awake. Woo. He's happy too. Just a little random fact. Studies show that moderate exercise of just 75 minutes a week, 75 minutes, can add nearly 2 years to your life. 75 minutes. It's an hour and 15 minutes, if my math is correct. That's like nothing. When I go surf, I'll go out for like 2 to 3 hours every time I surf. And I surf like maybe 2 to 4 times a week. So hopefully that adds 8, 10 years to my life. Here's some things I do. Like I just said, I go surf. I work on my motorcycle, just getting a little active, right? Moving things around. Again, play with a dog. I told you guys you're going to get annoyed with pictures of him. I teach people how to surf. It's probably my most favorite thing to do in the whole world, is teach people how to surf. That's my brother. Just a few weeks ago, or I guess a couple of months ago now, he came to California for the very first time, and that's him on his very first wave surfing. You could tell he's just stoked for life, and there's not a stress in the world right now with him. I go snowboarding, rock climbing, something I love to do, play basketball until the ball gets destroyed, By the way, my wife went to college playing basketball. She was a starting point guard as a freshman. And I played in high school, and I'm 6 foot tall. She's like 5'3". She dominates me every time we play. It's insane. That's actually why that ball looked like that. So let me cruise through here. So rock climbing, basketball. I skate around sometimes. Last year, you guys saw me skating around everywhere. Again, I go surf. And of course, it's as simple as just going for a walk. This is me. This is one of our new favorite spots. We go walk like at least 3 to 4 times a week. I don't know. We just take out. We go hike. There's so many, like I said, there's so many good views just to check out. So there's nothing better than like going at sunset, you know, and just going for a walk, freeing your mind. You know, even if you need to think of an idea, right? If you just got a new project, you need to be creative, you need to go think of something, step away, go enjoy the outdoors. I mean, if you're sitting at your computer thinking of ideas, that's stressful, right? It's not the best place to think of ideas. You need to get out and experience the world. Remember this. This is what you want. Look at that. Not this. That's Mr. Unhealthy. You need to eat smarter. This is number 3. Isn't that the best GIF in the world? You just stare at that all day long. Little turtle eating a raspberry. Got to fill your tank with the good stuff. This is where you might hate me for talking about your breakfast. Mr. Unhealthy over here, Pickles, he's been eating a lot of junk food. He's a junk food junkie. And because of that, you know, he's getting all kinds of health issues. He's starting to get sick. He's definitely has a lack of energy and definitely a lack of focus. He might get some focus for like 10 minutes, a little burst, but then it's just a big down, right? His mood's changing. Yeah, he's not eating too good. And this is where I was. This is how I quickly gained like 60 pounds in just a matter of months, like 10 pounds a month. I was not in a good spot, but I was doing this stuff. So he's gaining weight, you know, he's getting some few lines, cruising, you know, whatever. Starting to gain some weight. Got lines under his eyes, no energy. He's obviously getting sick, so he's getting a little runny nose constantly. I don't know if you guys get stressed out, right? You get sick. Like that's the way it works. The more stressed out you get, the easier it is to get sick. And when I was doing this, I was sick constantly. Be sick a week, better like 2 weeks, sick again. It was insane. And then the major thing that happens for a lot of people that are just sitting down, they're not doing anything, and they're eating all this bad food, they develop some stomach problems. And that, we all know that's not fun, right? So let's check out some of these stomach problems. Let's get this going. So intestines, maybe that's his stomach, all right? So he's got things like, he's got like a little Formula One car cruising through here, just speeding through, right? Stuff's just running through this guy because he's eating bad and he's not working out. He's not doing anything. He's also got like a big monster truck just cruising down here. Just feels like it's stuck in there, right? Nothing's coming. Just he's not having a good day. Let's check out Mr. Healthy. Let's see what's going on with him. So he's cut out all the bad food, right? He's learned about organic food. He's starting to eat all of that. He's cut out the sugars. Sugars are so bad. There's a difference between, you know, natural sugars and unnatural sugars. I'm not talking about sugars in fruit and whatnot. I'm talking about the artificial stuff that's in all of our junk food that tastes amazing. He started drinking lots of water. He cut out the caffeine, and I'm not talking about just not doing coffee, right? Some of us just can't get away from it. He might have a cup a day. 2 is definitely not a good idea. That's pushing the limits. He might drink tea. Sodas, definitely stay away from the sodas, especially diet sodas. Some people think diet sodas are better, but they're actually more addicting than anything. So he's doing all this stuff, and it's just improving his overall health, right? Look, he's sitting there glowing. Look at this guy. He's got a smile on his face. Let me make that a little darker. Look at that smile. Just smiling. Starting to get a sexy going. Look at that. This guy is starting to look sexy. All right. He's just overall confident, right? Once I started changing my diet and just started working out a little bit more, and I shouldn't say work out because that scares people. Just being active, doing something, not sitting at my desk. When I started doing that, man, my life changed. I started to feel confident. I started to go to these client presentations feeling good, right? And feeling like I could just sell them anything. So it's definitely a state of mind you want to be in. And his energy, let me give you a little sweet patch. He's got a lightning bolt, right? He's tons of energy. This guy can do anything. Anything. Here's a couple of things I do to eat healthy. Acai. This is probably another thing you guys are annoyed if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter. That's all I talk about. I eat this constantly still. I'm going on like 2.5 years now. I started to mix in a few other things, like I'll do some salads with chicken, and I take breaks. Like I'll eat a turkey burger or something. I stay away from red meat. But I'm starting to eat more, but I still incorporate acai into my diet, these acai bowls. It's just because it's done so much for me, and it tastes so good, and it's like dessert, but it's healthy. It's kind of ridiculous. This is a picture of one. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? There's a little like chocolate on there too. Man. More acai bowls. This Manuka Honey, which is super good. There's some tricky honeys out there. Some of the honeys that you get at a normal store, they actually add a lot of sugar to it and stuff, and I don't know. Try to get organic honeys. If you can, this honey is just amazing. And it actually, like, if you just take a teaspoon a day, and not even with food, you're not going to get sick for a long time. And like, if anyone suffers from heartburn, this is the stuff that'll treat it. It's kind of pricey, but you can get it at Whole Foods or any kind of organic store. Wheatgrass Shots, I've started doing tablets too. So I got the shots and I'm doing tablets. These are good for on the go. And for those of you, I know a lot of you guys were telling me that you started doing Wheatgrass Shots and that they were just like super nasty and you couldn't do it. Tablets are a way to go. They don't even have a taste, down them. Only thing you got to be able to do is take horse pills because they're kind of that big. I drink tea. I've started doing a coffee every now and then. Not coffee, but espresso. There's less acid. There's less to down. But most of all, I do like matcha, green tea. It'll actually give you more energy than a coffee would if you needed it, and it's kind of good for you. And it's fun to do. It's like an experience having matcha. This is like one of my shopping carts looks like. Bananas, acai, there's almond milks in there, coconut milks, peanut butter. There's not always a bunny. There's not always dog treats in there, but I got to get the little guy something. And I'm really strict on this diet. I will, if I don't have anything, I'll go out and buy stuff. This was me last year actually coming to Valio. I was on my way down, I was staying in Newport, and I had ran out of acai and peanut butter, so I went to Whole Foods and got some. And then I realized I didn't have a bowl or anything. So this was me using the ice tray in the hotel to make a bowl. So nothing will stop me from having an acai bowl. I like to eat lunch. This is, again, another acai bowl. This is in San Francisco. There's a place called Blue Hawaii Cafe. It's really good, down by the Embarcadero. I like to go eat somewhere nice. I'll go eat by the water. I'll go eat outside on my steps if it's a nice day. Out of the house, out of the office, right? Don't go eat at your desk. Don't always go eat at the office with, even though you're at a table with people, which is good. But just your alone time is precious. If you're not one of those morning guys that takes advantage of your mornings and that's your alone time, Then make lunch your alone time. It's super good just for your overall being. There's a good book out there, what successful people do before breakfast or something like that. I forget what it's called, but it's a New York Times bestseller, I think. Definitely give that book a read. It talks about things you could do in the morning and about your alone time. Obviously, I drink tons of water. Like this is like a gallon of water. And when I was first sick, I started doing this every day. I would drink this much water every day. Now I'm doing about half of that because it's super hard. But if you can do it, do it. Water is so good for you. Remember, this is what you want. You want to be stoked for a banana. You want to be stoked for food. So you don't end up like this guy. That's Mr. Unhealthy. That's what's cruising right there. Just going to let that play for a little bit. You got to know when to stop. This is super, super important. Man, this is awesome. This is almost better than the turtle, but not quite. You got to know when to stop. What does that mean? You know, it's basically just resting your mind and body. You're overworked. Guys, take a break. There's 24 hours in a day. People always talk about how they don't have time to do anything. There's 24 hours in a day. You know, people don't expect you to check email until at least 9 to 5. They expect you to respond or whatever. That's still a little strict, but there's time before 9, that's your time. There's time after 5, that's your time, where no one expects anything from you. There's plenty of time in the day to just take a break, to do whatever you want to do. Lunch is like the greatest time. Like I was just saying earlier. So Mr. Unhealthy, his brain's crazy. He's got lines under his eyes. His eyes probably don't even open now. He's got a runny nose. He's angry at the world. He has no energy. His heart's sad. His stomach's all jacked up. His back is messed up, so he's like constantly slouching. This guy is just so over it. He's just so burnt out. Like he's like dead on the ground. He's like, there's nothing left to him, right? That's Mr. Unhealthy. That's what you're going to end up being like if you don't take a part of any of this. Just one of these things. If nothing else, stand up more. Stop sitting down. Take breaks. And if not, I'm telling you, you're going to end up like this. I went through it. Our buddy Lee, who unfortunately, passed away from all this, it happens. And if you don't change now, guys, your health is just going to go down. It's just going to go down. So how does Mr. Healthy take breaks? He understands that a weekend is your time off, right? He's taking time off. If you have vacation days, people save them up for like a special occasion that's a year away, and then something comes up and they can't use their vacation day, so they end up doing something, quicker and shorter time. Don't do that. There's never a good time to take a vacation. Do it now. If it just came in your mind, take a vacation. There's never a good time to do it. So at Medium, at Obvious Corp, I loved what they did. And any company that I take part in, I hope has the same, they do the same thing. You can take a vacation, you can take a break anytime you want to. As long as you do your work, they don't care. There's a big launch coming up. You feel like you need to go to Hawaii for a week, take off to Hawaii for a week. As long as you got your work done. That's the way everyone should be. There shouldn't be, I only get 2 weeks vacation and that's it in a whole year. 2 weeks in a whole year is nothing. So if any of you own a business or run something, you have employees, make that change. Mr. Healthy is also, he knows that it's important to work from home sometimes. It's important to get out of the office, go work at a cafe. You don't want to be in the same seat, same desk every day for every week. Make some changes. So that way you don't get in a habit. It's so easy just to stay at your desk all day. But if you change kind of places where you're working, it helps. At Obvious Corp, we also would move around desk like every couple of months. The whole office would just move. It's a great way to fix this problem. And it makes you rest and it refreshes the mind. And look at him, he's sexy, he's glowing, he's super happy. There's no stresses at all, and yeah, he's having a good time. This is some stuff that I do to just get away, to stop. Like I said, I'll go another picture at sunset. I go play the ukulele. Again, I'm terrible at it, but it's my getaway. Go to a baseball game. I go enjoy just nature. This is San Francisco. I'll go walk up here and just stare at that thing all day long. Just eases every stress you could have. Enjoy the outdoors. Sunsets, again, I go meditate. I just, take time off. I go spend time with my wife. You could spend time with your friends. Go have coffee, just one. Go have a tea. Just hang out. Just go do something. Get away. I'll go for drives. One of my favorite things to do in the whole world is go for a long drive to nowhere. Just drive around. That's why I drove down here from San Francisco. I just love driving. And of course, take vacations. I've taken like 3 or 4 vacations this year, actually 5. And but I do, I'm getting my work done, but you got to reward yourself. Guys, you just have to reward yourself. It's very, very important. So remember, this is what you want. This is not what you want. It's Mr. Unhealthy on the ground over there. That's it. Thank you, guys.